I like how they showed a
medicine.
close up on his nip as he was taking his shirt off.
He's got a great fucking six pack.
Oh, he's got a nice body.
Look at those gutters.
This is a hero of this time. I mean, look at his V-shaped. Remember when we always talked
that goes
Florida,
all the way down to his
down to
belly
your belly button. What the?
That is major cleavage on his
Dude,
shirt.
he looks like Johnny Cage.
That's literally the biggest neck hole I've ever seen on a shirt. How do they do that? How do
I don't
you get
know,
away
but
with
he makes
that?
it work. Doesn't he make it work?
He does.
He looks like a Mortal Kombat character.
Because he's a superhero. And this guy is from Cheers or something.
Yeah, he's from Cheers.
I watched all of Frasier recently, and I loved it. And now it's like I have Cheers to watch because he's in that too, and that was before Frasier, but I still haven't watched Cheers at all.
I remember watching it when I was a kid all the time.
Come together right now, all over me. Yo, what's up?
Whoo!
Baby, it's Halloween. We gonna watch some movies. We're gonna watch this entire fucking box set at 4 times speed today.
Where's your picture at?
We're not really watching all of these. We're watching the first House movie, Mac. Tell them what we said.
We're watching the fucking first House, baby. This is my favorite fucking movie. Oh, you gotta get pumped up!
Hell yeah. Slap yourself.
Oh, I gotta get slung! I gotta get slung!
We're gonna start the movie, and then we'll talk about it while we're watching the movie.
Start the fucking movie!
Hell yeah. So he's doing some jump kicks right now, some spinning kicks.
Baby!
Play.
Oh, baby!
Hell yeah. And there's no fucking opening logos
Baby,
on this
start the movie, baby.
on this Blu-ray at least.
Start the
Fucking
movie, baby.
Sean S. Cunningham production. That's the credit
Go
we're
ahead and
seeing.
start the movie, baby.
Oh yeah.
Shit!
Are you seeing the movie? Can you hear me? You don't have your headphones on, Mac.
Oh, shit!
You're in your own
House,
little
baby.
world now.
Fucking House.
Hell yeah. You're gonna get so hot.
This is that fucking...
What is that mask you're wearing?
It's from Hellfest, baby.
I thought that was a cancer patient. Who is that?
It's Hellfest, the Hellfest movie.
Hellfest.
The other one.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, I ordered that shit with the hoodie. I got a hoodie just like his where it zips up even more.
That was
That's
really
your
mean to
shit.
say it was a cancer patient. That's not what cancer patients look like. That's a guy that's burnt and shit.
Yeah, that's a burn victim. This
Exactly.
dude's like,
That's-
this dude's just not, he's not talking anymore, nothing.
So we should actually be making fun of people in burn wards, pretty much. But that's not
But I got
that's
the-
not nice either.
We got listen to the soundtrack, baby. This is an amazing fucking soundtrack. I love this fucking music.
These
score is
shots.
perfect.
These shots. The first time I ever heard of this movie, I was going to Mac's like 10th birthday party, and I met up. We were I was with his mom and his brother, and we were getting stuff ready for the party and shit. And she's like, "Yeah, Mitchell wants to get I just doxed your name." She said Mac wants to get some fucking movies from Broadway Video. And,
Broadway, baby.
and he knows what he wants. And she's like, "House, you remember that movie?" And I was like, "I don't even know if I've heard of that." And then she's like, "Yeah, it shows like a hand on it." He said, "Because you were all like,
Yeah.
it shows a hand on it."
You probably had to pick it out, didn't you? You had to look for it.
So yeah, I saw this and I was just
She probably made you look for it because she didn't know what the fuck she was looking for.
this box set has all the original artwork, baby. And you can
Oh, tell them how you got that box set, baby.
exactly this box set. They accidentally listed it for like I forget.
$20.
It was just super cheap. I forgot how much
It was $20.
And
It
then
was
they-
$20.
They immediately took it off the market because they accidentally made it region free. I think because it says
Yeah,
it's
that
region,
too.
It says it's region 2 on the box, but they're all region free. But it's
They got and then they ended up just giving it to him for that price, which is, we tried to do that for a Halloween bundle edition. That was, how much was it gonna be? $20 too, or some shit.
I don't even remember.
And they fucking
Steve Miner,
canceled that shit.
Steve Miner trying to
Steve
strike a
Miner.
note, and it's probably a minor. Yeah, Steve Miner's a pedophile. I'm joking. That's not true. That was from a song. But this is the first thing I saw from the movie. We were watching it. Fucking, I'm just like, hey, I've never heard of this. Fucking, I'm liking the vibes though so far.
When I first watched this shit, I was at Toby's house. Remember Toby's house?
Toby Twist.
Fucking Toby down the road where our aunt used to date.
Don't dox
and
people,
fucking-
man. Don't dox people.
I don't fucking care about that guy. Anyway, fucking Dude, I was in their house just chilling and fucking they were on the computer. It was Ryan. He was just chilling on the computer and I'm fucking the TV's on. I'm like, what the fuck is that noise? It's scary. So I'm like, I'm gonna watch this shit. And this was the scene I was watching.
Hell yeah.
I was like, all right, the fucking just in the house, all the creepy ass fucking paintings you have.
Look at that. He's like sick. He thinks that's sick. That should be an album.
That looks like
artwork.
some AI shit. That looks like something now that you'd see in AI.
AI is made to look like something people make, so that doesn't mean anything, Mac.
When
you look zoom into AI is when you tell it's AI. It's when you zoom in.
This whole movie's made out of AI. You don't even know it.
Exactly.
His arms meshing through the wall.
Fucking Mrs. Hooper. You think that's a thing? Like they're bowing to Toby Hooper. Fucking
See,
they always do that shit.
He's chilling. He's looking through the rooms. He's like, you know what? This is a fucking big ass house. Where the fuck is this lady?
Exactly.
I deliver her groceries all the fucking time. She leaves her door open for me to drop them off on the table.
This fake ass Wonder Years brother.
He looks like he came from Weezer for sure.
Okay.
But this part right here, fucking just. Yeah.
Oh!
I immediately had cold chills when I saw this scene. It fucked me up.
She should have had her hands down her pants like she was jacking off.
Yeah.
Like Davy
Like she was
Carradine.
choking herself on purpose.
I remember we were watching that, and it was during your brother, and I've never seen it. And you're like, Richard, come here and watch this scene.
Oh yeah,
it's so
and he
good.
fucking went. He was terrified.
Just watch. Yeah, it's a haunted house movie. Watch. He's getting to this house. Watch this scene, and like the camera pans over, and we see her hanging there, and fucking his brother just runs out of the room screaming, and he tells his mom. And it was funny. You got in trouble and shit. You got yelled at by your moms.
Yeah. Here's our boy Roger coming into play.
Roger Cobb.
Hell yeah, dude. He sounds like a fucking superhero.
Roger Cobb's got the biggest fucking dick I've heard.
He cames hard.
He cames. He fucks.
He cames hard.
So this is the classic story of a guy whose aunt dies and she leaves the house to him, and
She pretty much took care of him as a kid.
it's a haunted house, and he writes books and shit, and
Yes.
we're seeing all of his fans here. He's got his fans coming over.
Yeah, what's this book called exactly?
The great book, man. That's Jade from AFI right there.
Hell yeah. He kind of looks like he came from fucking a punk band.
He's in Flock of Seagulls or something.
This guy looks like he's about to go shoot up a mall or something.
That's a scuffed guy from. That's the guy that played in Pee-wee's Big Adventure, who was also in Leprechaun. That's a scuffed version of him. Fucking Ozzy. From,
This lady's
Leprechaun.
just killing his vibe.
See, that chick would probably fuck him. I don't know why he's like, hey, you want to meet me back at my hotel? But he says
I
he
like
likes
how
it.
there's a Stephen King collection right next to her.
Exactly. You could just tell the mad respect. Like, great book, man. That guy.
I will cherish this always.
Yeah, that guy's gonna kill somebody. That guy's a future school shooter.
So you got our boy here. He's fucking tired of this shit. He's tired of the lines. He's tired of the people. He's ready to write his new book.
Exactly. He's
ready to move on.
He doesn't want to write that fucking trite anymore, that horror novel. He wants to write a real novel about his time in fucking the Vietnam War, because he's got some shit to say just for the fuck of it. He wants to get some shit off his chest. That's fucking. This movie's really about confronting your demons. Fucking,
it is. It really is. And that's all it was he just had to fucking face himself.
He realizes he has to go back to the house and write this book about his time in Vietnam.
I mean, honestly, it's weird. It's a 50-50. It's a
55,
catch-22.
55.
So you don't know it, but I don't.
You don't know it, but he don't know it. Mac doesn't.
Dude, he's
even
got
know.
This is the Hungry Man before Hungry Man existed.
Look
at the box.
In movies, you just throw the whole box in there. You don't have to take it out, open up, put a fork through one compartment, all that shit.
Did you see him turn on the computer when it was already turned on?
In movies, they have to lie and pretend like things are easier than they are, even when it's super easy. And you're just cooking a TV dinner.
So this is the Vietnam novel that he's trying to write.
See, he does. I don't think he found. This is before he finds out that his aunt died, and then he gets the house. Or did he find out already?
No, he already knows. This is after all the This is after the funeral.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's still. So here's where you find out about his son. Hey, we're still trying to find out. Hey, where's my son?
So yeah, fucking, we're gonna find out as the movie goes along. But like, he and his family moved into the house for a while, and fucking his son disappeared, and it tore his family apart. His wife is
He
gone.
was swimming. He went to the swimming pool, and then he was not there anymore.
Exactly.
Would you want to? So that's the catch-22. Would you want to go back to that house, or would you stay away from it?
I got my cheese. Look at my big cheese here. I got some big cheese.
I can't see you, buddy. You should realize that.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I got a big cheese.
He got high and forgot. He got high and forgot.
For to squeeze on.
Fortified.
Basically, he feels like he has to go back to the house because how the fuck is he gonna find that kid? He wants that kid. I don't know why. If I lost my kid and I didn't go to jail and they were just like, oh yeah, he just disappeared. It's like I got away with it. It'd be like, hell yeah. But
I got away with it. You're acting like he did it himself.
Exactly. Well, I would have. That's what I'm saying. If I ever have a kid and they end up missing, I clearly killed them. I can tell the future.
Oh no,
that's a terrible thing to say. See, that's the kind of thing. That's the kind of thing they're going to say. They're going to play when I'm running for president. Because me and Mac decided that we are going to run for president.
I did not decide. He can run for president.
We are running for president.
I'll be the VIP.
Dude, we have to do it. We have to. The VIP. That's what I'm saying. You're going to be the VP. The VIP. I'm going to rename you the VIP.
I'll be the VIP. Yeah.
There's no rules anymore, and I don't have to denounce Came Gang. I can still make the show while I'm in the White House. Fucking Trump changed everything.
What they say.
Fucking, I'm just going to stream every night. I'm going to do gaming streams while
That's
the president.
That's what I'm saying. You can do whatever you want because they all do.
Exactly. Fucking. But we're meeting his wife here, and
so now we find out that earlier, this lady was talking about his wife, and then she calls.
He's calling the wife right now.
She still cares for him. He still cares for her.
No, she doesn't care for him. She doesn't care. She's moved
she doesn't.
On. She doesn't.
No, she hasn't. She hasn't. Don't listen to this kid.
She ends up liking him.
But anyway, no. Anyway, so yeah, no,
she clearly
left because she left
she's
because
dating somebody else.
Listen, no, that's just one of the celebrities, buddy. That's just one of the guys in her movie or whatever.
I'm pretty sure they're dating or something.
Who knows? But anyway,
if they still like each other, then why the fuck are they not together?
Because that's just how it works.
It's not. It's really not. That's not.
No, it is. Did you not see from their expressions that they still care? You clearly didn't watch.
They grew apart. Because the kid's gone.
This guy's making shit up right now. So here we are. We see it. Why do we see his son in the Vietnam War, though? That's what I want to know.
Because his son sucks.
And why is he there?
Bam! You need 10 minutes
So do you think that's when he got caught?
10 minutes into the movie, you need your first jump scare.
Do you think that's when he got caught and taken?
Jacking off? He got caught?
Like you see, he's dreaming, but it's real dreams.
Exactly. The dreams are real.
So he's not even at the house yet, and he's having these weird dreams.
Exactly. The house is calling him.
This guy cracks me up. The fucking realtor.
He's the worst actor in the movie.
No, he's not. He's funny as fuck.
All of his lines are like this. Your grandmother was very kind and lovely. Your grandmother
that makes him a horrible person because he talks like that.
He's terrible. He's fucking garbage. He should be castrated live on TV for everyone to watch. He should cut his dick off and
he
feed
shoots
it to him.
that gun and he acts like he doesn't even almost didn't kill him.
Exactly. Look, he's got a mustache and shit.
And you call him a terrible actor. What up?
You can't trust this fuck. You can't trust this fuck as far as you can throw him.
It's almost like he didn't know it was his aunt, and then he did at the same time. He's all like, "Yeah, she was a crazy lady." Oh, fuck, you're her nephew.
Hell yeah. So fucking this scene of the movie, basically this movie it's like Evil Dead 2 meets
Evil Dead, yeah,
meets fucking House by the Cemetery or something, some fucking Italian movie. Because Italian movies are always like fucking, yeah, it's more about the visuals, man. The scripts are usually like 40 pages long. And they're just like, fucking, it's all about the visuals, man. We just got to stretch it out and shit. Not that this movie is like super boring or anything, but it's very fucking visual. And all the gags are like...
Well, then the house is very nice, too.
All the gags and the scary shit are
I want to know how they got to get this house. I want to know about that.
It says I'm fucking lagging. It shows that it's slow, but it says we're recording fine.
Everything's good.
How do you know?
Because the video's good, you sound good.
What if it's bad on YouTube, though?
Fuck YouTube.
It's recording, though. Well, fucking, exactly. So we got our boy here. He woke up, fucking chilling in the chair. It's your wife when you look, oh, you ain't there. Fucking, when are we gonna do that? When's that happening? We gotta do that. The Great Malenko? You listening to me, Mac?
You know what? I don't know. That's a good question.
He's having the flashback here because he just saw the... But yeah, The Great Malenko. Fucking, we gotta hype that up because it's the biggest fucking ICP album to most people. We like the Jekyll Brothers, but fucking, the rest of the people are all about The Great Malenko.
The Great Stanko.
We should be fucking... We keep bringing it up to Aaron. He doesn't fucking respond to any of it. Like, we're
So
like, Great Malenko, when? He's like... He says nothing. He wants
I'm
nothing
just
to do with it.
confused on why that card took off like a madman.
It was a coincidence. There's no way that car could have done anything.
This is
He
the
was too far
flashback.
away. But yeah, fucking his son now his son is fucking drowning. And then he jumps in the water.
His son is drowning pool.
The way they film this is very fucking... It's like he just jumps in and then starts looking around like a retard. And you don't know why. He's just like, go help your son. You're retarded. Does he not know how to swim? But then he just looks around. And then he comes up.
He's like, what the fuck? Where'd he go?
And the camera pulls out and we reveal that he's not there. That's a Twilight Zone in itself.
It is.
That's
This music's Twilight Zone as well. Very Twilight Zone.
The Twilight is upon us. This
is like a Twilight Zone movie for sure.
What if every little plot point in this movie is just based on a Twilight Zone episode?
I hope it is.
We should do a Twilight Zone episode sometimes.
We should.
For Halloween.
We should do a whole
Pick the best.
Or the Friday the 13th ones. We could actually do that. We could do a thing where we choose a movie from every single like type of...
Typo negative?
Whatever those type of shows are, those horror shows where they fucking explain something. You know what I'm saying. You know what I mean. You got your Friday the 13th, you got your fucking Twilight Zone, and there's another one.
I was telling Mac that like Mac shat on House 2, and I told him that I prefer House 2.
I don't shit on House 2. I think it's an amazing movie. I just don't think it's as good as this one.
It's superior in every way.
I don't care for the more comedy. That's the thing. That's the more comedy. I want balanced like this. That one's just straight up comedy. There is no, that guy scares me. That guy Western dude, skeleton face, that's not scary. Fuck you.
Western dude, skeleton face. That's a band name.
that's that guy's name in the movie. Western dude, skeleton face.
Exactly.
That sounds like a Hideo Kojima name for a boss.
That is the name of the guy from the last game for part 5. Western dude, skeleton face.
Yeah, pretty much it is. You're right.
He's wearing a hat.
I just nailed it. I nailed it. That's so strange.
Exactly. That's how we know fucking Kojima's a hack. He just steals his ideas from Game Gang.
I really need to get back to Metal Gear Solid 5 and play it again. I'm so like...
Would you fuck his grandma?
No, his aunt?
She's not bad.
See, she's that old. She's an aunt, not a grandma.
She's not bad. Fucking I'd fuck her.
Oh no, she's horrible. She's terrifying.
I'd have sex with her.
She's perfect for this.
When I walked in and saw her with her fucking belt around her neck hanging there, I would have got a boner. See, look, she hates his mom and his aunt, so that's why she hates him. She's like, fuck him. I'm leaving this.
Why would she go off and say that? That's so mean.
Who, the mom?
Yeah.
Because she's annoying, bitch.
Yeah, for real.
She's the same grandma from that episode of The Twilight Zone that gives the kid a toy telephone, and then when she dies, she calls him on the toy telephone and tells him to fucking kill himself so that they can be together. That's the kind of shit that was in The Twilight Zone. Like, fucking, they wouldn't make that in a show today, what they were doing.
I would.
Exactly. But then you'd just be ripping off The Twilight Zone.
So now we got our boy here in the fucking house, still trying to write and can't think of shit.
He's still writing this stupid fucking
Dude, look
book.
at that.
Look, he stressed right when you did. Right when you did.
I know, it's so weird.
You made him do that.
That swordfish on the wall is from Donkey Kong. That's the one you ride.
Exactly.
That's what it reminds me of.
You're all bopping around.
The fucking water, the ocean music is the best.
For some reason, when I played that level, I always wanted to get through it super fast. And I would always just boing, boing. I just keep fucking hitting it. Just trying to dash through the whole episode.
For real, though.
And then you die.
So here he gets hit. He gets gets nicked by one of the things
By
on the
the
wall, and
tooth.
it consumes his blood. So that's why everything on the wall starts fucking going crazy.
Is that what you think happened, Mac?
No, I just wanted to
It
spice it up a
consumed
bit.
his blood.
I think
he cut himself on the tooth because he's stupid. And maybe
pretty
he's a
much.
self-mutilator. Maybe it's the only way he
you
can
know,
come
but
anymore.
you can buy that shit and it's not real. But all this shit in this house is like 100% fucking real.
Exactly.
Because
It's
back in the day, they didn't fucking just make that shit for the hell of it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, they just made that shit.
Look at that fucking mirror on the wall, like up above the door.
That
Who has
mirror?
time to hang a big giant fucking mirror above a door? That's creepy as fuck.
Everybody has time to do that, Mac.
That's like a portal. I wonder if we can jump through it. Like,
You know, it's weird that this series wasn't like bigger like the Amityville Horror series, and they just had every sequel, and it was just like now there's a new haunted, possessed item.
that's
in the
what
house.
I get. That's what I get out of this. Poltergeist meets what you said earlier. Fucking Twilight Zone. So his boy's room's still the same. He still has everything set up the same. Hasn't touched it since. It's so weird that he's gonna sell this house, but everything's still in it.
You sell all that shit. You're just like, yeah, I don't want it. And look, he
It
walks
was
in.
the house, Roger. You fuck.
See, and the way the ghosts are filmed in this movie, it's very like they just look very much like normal people. And like fucking later on, you'll see ghosts that look like zombies and monsters. There's no.
I was in here.
They're not transparent and shit.
Right. I was in here beaten off. Asphyxiation.
These people,
Choking.
these ghosts look like they could actually hurt
And I
you.
tripped.
You think that's all she was doing was just jacking off and she tripped?
He's like, fuck this. I'm turning on every light in the house.
Exactly. And
Dude, look at him. He's shivering.
he's all cold. Look at
What's that say?
he's gonna take his grandma's meds.
Valium. He's taking Valium to go to sleep.
You think they would
Nope.
just leave that there whenever they got all their shit out?
I like
This
how
is
they
their
showed a
medicine.
close up on his nip as
He's-
he was taking his shirt off.
He's got a great fucking six pack.
Oh, he's got a nice body.
Look at those
for
cum.
sure.
Look at those cum gutters.
This is a hero of this time. You know what I mean?
You just splooge
He's
all
just-
over his chest, and they just.
Look, I mean, look at his V-shaped. Remember when we always talked? Remember a long time ago we talked about this? How his V-shaped V-neck. Remember how I told you, Carlos?
that
in
goes
Florida,
all the way down to his fucking
down to
belly
your
button.
Remember they have them that go down to your belly button. What the fuck,
Damn, that is major cleavage on his.
dude?
shirt.
He looks like he just came from like. He looks like Johnny Cage,
That's just like the biggest fucking neck hole I've ever
and
seen.
that's
on a
Sonya
shirt.
Blade.
That's literally the biggest neck hole I've ever seen on a shirt. How do they do that? How do
I
you
don't
get
know,
away
but he
with
makes
that?
it work. Doesn't he make it work?
He does
He looks like a Mortal Kombat character. He
because
does.
he's a
He looks like
superhero.
he looks like he's fucking about to fight Shang Tsung or something.
Who was the superhero he played on a TV show or something? I don't even remember. And this guy is from Cheers or something.
Yeah, he's from Cheers.
I watched all of Frasier recently, and I loved it. And now it's like I have Cheers to watch because he's in that too, and that was before Frasier. But I still haven't watched Cheers at all.
I remember watching it when I was a kid all the time. I was always like, why are they always at the fucking bar? God damn.
Hell yeah, that's
It's
where
like
their
they
friends
live
are.
there. I mean, they can't go anywhere else but fucking the bar.
They live in a shitty town, pretty much. There's nothing else to do. No extracurricular activities, and basically the guy from Cheers, he plays the fucking guy's neighbor, and he's all like,
Nosy neighbor.
he doesn't even seem that bad. In the movie, it kind of plays him off like he's a bumbling idiot and like a nuisance.
Do you
but
think he's his biggest fan, or do you think he just found that book and fucking...
I assume in this movie's universe, Cobb is like a Stephen King type of guy. Enough people, like he puts out new books and people are like, oh,
You know what?
I love
Let me
it.
get you a better book.
Exactly. It looks like he's been fucking like using that to like write shit on, like using that to roll his joints or something. Why is it falling apart like that? How you like reading it in the correct order? Well, I'm not. I'm just pretending like it's a Quentin
He didn't
Tarantino
sign
book.
his shit, man.
He can. He doesn't have a pen.
I'll see you in a bit.
Exactly. He's got to go.
motherfucker.
He's gonna go fucking get his shirt neck hole extended. He's gonna go. It's just like how
he's
people
gonna get it every time we see him. It's lower and lower. It goes down to his dick.
It's like how people get their earlobes stretched. It's like I'm going 8
Pretty
gauge.
soon, it's just a wardrobe. It's just like a robe.
At one point, he was like, "Fucking, I've got like a 2 gauge, but I'm thinking about extending it to an 8 gauge."
While he's wearing his V chest sweatshirt, he's talking about the war.
Fucking, you think
jungle animals calling?
You know what I thought about too? Like, you ever try to stick your dick in a toilet paper roll while you have a boner? Like,
bitch.
I was thinking like how most of those gauges your dick probably couldn't fit, even though it looks super stretched.
I like how he wasted a cigarette, then asks for a cigarette.
Exactly. I like how they didn't make them shave their heads and shit. This is a cool army troop.
I think I guess you do have to have it a certain length at all times, but yeah.
What are you going to say? I was the only one who's going to notice that?
No.
You were.
No,
I can read your mind.
No, I even, what?
I can read your mind.
That was not even on my mind to say.
You're an open book. I don't
think so.
That's the same.
I don't even know what I'm going to say later.
That's the same character from fucking Predator, Sonny Landon. Basically the same guy. So are they friends, or does he kind of bully him and shit?
I don't know, man. I think he's just there to fuck around with everyone. But I thought they were partners. Like I think they're partners. But he's mad at him because he died.
Exactly. Fucking Mac kind of just spoiled the whole movie. It's okay though.
All right, let's go.
Basically, this guy
thanks for watching, everyone.
This is his partner that gets mad at him and steals his kid
I didn't say that part.
In the ghost house.
You took it even further.
Hey, basically I can read your mind though, Mac. Everybody can read your mind.
No, you went further. You just ruined the whole movie.
You think this was a day for night shot? They were just like, we're shooting this in the day, but we're going to make it look like nighttime in post-production. And then in post-production, they're just like, just keep in the fucking day.
Why is he laughing about that?
Because it's funny. They ambushed him. That's fucking funny. Like they're all sitting there talking like, "Hey guys, like we're sneaking in there," and they're behind them and they see him doing it. That's funny if you think about it. That movie he's watching there seems awesome.
It does. What is it?
Oh,
and they're in a house, and this old lady's creeping around in the house.
She's got crazy hair. Looks fucking. It looks like they were in the hospital there. Maybe it's Halloween too. I just want to. Look at that, and then he turns them off with the remote.
I just want to know how they got this house because it's so fucking gorgeous and perfect for this movie.
They're basically laying on that fucking Cobb knows how the house works. It's trying to fuck with him, and he knows.
He's starting to come around to it. He's starting to, the first night it was a little fucking what the fuck. Every night it's new. He gets more and more into it. Me, I'd probably be out the house burning it.
Slowly, he's coming to realize that as long as he doesn't fucking fear the house, it can't really hurt him. But he doesn't really realize it till the end. We're just gonna spoil everything.
Well, not till the end, but close enough.
I mean, it's right at the end whenever he gets his son back.
Right, but I'm talking about like the closet scene when he realizes like, you know what I mean?
I don't know how
the times and stuff.
The thing is, it's like, oh yeah, as long as I don't fear the house, it can't hurt me. But it's like, fucking, how do you not fear the house when it can like?
How not when that thing in the closet comes right at him? It could fucking get.
It sends 2 weird children that look like Garbage Pail Kids to fucking steal your kid and run up your chimney and shit.
It's Krampus.
Exactly.
This is the same universe as Krampus.
Exactly.
But for real,
did you watch the unedited version yet? The fucking R-rated version
of this one?
Of fucking Krampus.
I've seen them both. Yeah.
It came out like 3 years ago. It wasn't released when it came out. It came out very recently.
That's crazy because I have the Blu-ray. You think it'd be on there?
Is it the new Scream Factory one?
Probably not. So I'll have to get it.
Fucking our boy, he was gonna open up the door and he chickened out, but he knows what's in there. And we're about to find out because he can't let.
Look at him brushing his teeth. He was brushing his lips.
Exactly. That's what you do whenever you want to really
All right,
get the
so it's
pussies
midnight.
wet.
Look at the clock. See the clock? Right there, midnight.
You know, if we get to do another movie, I want to do The Craft because all the hot goth honeys love The Craft, and we might get some of that crossover appeal. They might land on our video and be like, "Who are these?"
We should just start doing. We can do
dudes?
American Beauty after that.
We can just put on goth lipstick and wear all black.
We'll do American
and all
Beauty.
the hot goth cuties that come to our video will be like, "Who are these fucking cuties?"
We should do American Psycho. I've never really watched that movie all the way
Oh my
through.
god, I just want to drown these guys with my big goth tits.
And my chains.
Hell
And
yeah.
my spikes.
Hell yeah.
So like right here, this would have killed him. See, it slices his shirt and everything. So how would it not hurt him? You know what I'm saying?
That's a Spawn character right there.
It is. That part, this is another part that I seen at my cousin's house, and I was like, what the fuck is this movie? And I never knew. And then I remembered, I was like, oh shit, this is House.
I gotta say, like, Aaron, when we watched this, he did that thing where he didn't really watch the movie. He just saw it as we were talking about it, didn't really watch it. But then it was like, I don't like it that much. And I was like, I gotta say, this is like one of the better fucking. I'm not a huge haunted house person in general, but this is like one of the better ones. This fucking kicks the ass of fucking The Changeling, and he loves that movie. Nothing happens in that fucking movie.
So I mean, yeah, you get some action, you get some Resident Evil action in it.
Exactly. Our boy here, he's trying to open up the fucking closet door with all of his army shit on.
Speaking of Resident Evil, dude, I just downloaded Resident Evil fucking 7 or 4, 7, and 8 on my fucking phone. That's wild. I started playing Resident Evil 4. It looked just like my PC version.
Amazing.
I said, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. This looks amazing. No stuttering, nothing.
Did you play through the game all the way?
I think that's how they get you. I haven't done it yet, but I was like, how do I not have to pay for these? Because I looked it up and I'm like, these motherfuckers are charging you have to pay $60 for the Resident Evil 4. And I think Resident Evil 7 is $20 and 8 might be free or $20 as well, if not $40. But I think you have to play it through the game a little bit, and then it's like, hey, you've played for a while, let's pay. Because I was like, where's the? It doesn't show you.
Pay full price. I want to have it on console.
$60? Yeah, fuck that, dude. That mobile should be 10 and under, if that.
I don't even get to play it on a big screen, and I got to see the controller on the screen the whole time.
Yeah, the controller will be on the screen the whole time. It sucks. Yeah.
That's why I'll never try it. If I'm gonna try it, I'm just gonna get the game.
You could probably make it all like as not seeable, but then you'd be like, oh fuck, what button did I have set for this and that? Because you can move them around.
But then people get mad because it's woke if you make it trans.
You're funny.
Fucking but our boy here, our boy Cobb, he's got his army shit on, and he's trying to get that shit on tape. He's trying to film the monster in the closet.
He's got all kinds of fucking video shit.
Exactly. He needs 18 different cameras because he wants to cut between different. He wants to like make it a big fucking movie kind of shit. He's basically doing a low budget horror picture, and he just wants to use the real monster that lives in his closet.
Is what, when people are like, oh, I got a footage of something happening. This is the shit they need to set up if they really have footage.
That would be,
you know what I'm saying?
That would actually be a really good movie, and like you make like an 80s type of horror movie where the premise
the guy
is,
thinks the house is haunted, but it's really all in his head.
Listen, the premise is kids want to make a movie, and fucking you got to use the shit you have access to, and this kid has a monster that lives in his closet, so they're trying to wrangle the monster in his closet to be in their monster movie. Fucking like,
oh my god, we should make it. We
Oh,
should
yeah.
budget that. The money should go towards the monster though.
I would
fuck everyone else.
I would come
if you don't, because we got to make that monster look legit.
Exactly. We got to get Stan Winston from the grave.
Yeah, we got to get Stan Winston, fucking all the boys.
Fucking John Carpenter's the Thing. We got to get that motherfucker.
Hell yeah, that's what it needs to be, like that.
It's gonna.
It just morphs into different things. It's just whatever his fear is, like his anxiety and shit, whatever he has, like going on through his head.
We can get that guy from that episode of.
We can get our boy fucking Cat here to come back.
Are you afraid of the dark? That guy from the episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark, he can show up and when the monster comes out, he can say, "It knows what scares you. It knows what scares you."
We'll get our boy Candyman in it because he's always in every horror movie now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dude, he came at the perfect time, bro. And how the fuck are you gonna walk into someone's house like that?
Because he's a king? Wait, what do you think his...
Dude, if someone came to my house and I was up and wanted to give me some beers and some midnight snacks, you're my best friend. You're my fucking best friend.
You just walk in and help
Get your
yourself
ass
to their
in here.
fridge.
Yeah, get your fucking ass in here. Give me a beer. Let's fucking do this. Hey, you know what? I got this thing. I got this monster in my closet. That's how it's gonna be.
Exactly.
This dude always comes. We're gonna steal all these parts from this movie.
Yeah, you think
and
he's
Sean
afraid?
Cunningham's gonna be okay with it.
You think he's...
Because if not, we'll take his ass to court and we'll win it.
You think he's afraid that monster in his closet's been watching him jack off all those years and he's going to tell all his friends?
Yeah, right? He's like, wait a minute. If this house has been haunted the whole time...
You know what I just realized the other day? If God's watching us jack off, does that mean God's gay?
God loves us no matter what. So he just thinks, oh, child.
Exactly. He thinks it's funny.
No. He like pats us on the back. No.
Exactly.
Put it up. Put it up. There are better things to do.
Exactly.
But actually, that's the thing, though, because Came is the game. That's our quote. Came is the gang.
They should rename this movie Musings of a Couple Curly-Headed Fucks, because there's just a bunch of curly-headed fucks in this movie all of a sudden.
Because you can't have life without Came.
The amount of curly-headed fucks in this movie is really doing damages to my sinuses.
Hey, can we put that on a shirt? You can't have life without Came.
Oh, I can bring up that I did make the Cores. I made the Cores and Rumors of Cores T-shirt, fucking to commemorate the Chariot episode. And within me uploading it, it was fucking
already shot down.
They took it down because it used the Cores logo. I'm gonna have to redesign it so it doesn't use the Cores logo. And then if they still take it down, we're just going to have to fucking do a generic version where we say beers and rumors of beers. Or something.
There you go.
I mean, it's less funny, but yeah, fucking, what's he eating there? Is that a fucking, chicken nugget?
Just make it beers. Don't do Cores, because then they will get you for using their...
Is that chicken nuggies?
Dude, I think it might be an egg roll.
Fucking, he should be eating chicken nuggets.
He's got Chinese food. He's got a Chinese box there.
He should be eating the nugs. What's the best chicken nugget? What is McNuggets are top tier, kind of.
So they both saw the monster.
I don't think they have. He's not.
He doesn't want to do it. He
thinks Cobb is fucking retarded. He thinks he's fucking retard. Shit like that. He's just like fucking. Oh, this guy's like a little short of a full stack. If you know what I mean. He's got a little dick, basically.
Oh, no, he comes back later on, doesn't he, and helps him. I thought he did it this time.
He just stole... See, for some reason, I still like him, even though he's such a weird, malicious motherfucker.
Well, but he just cares for him.
He knows his wife is an actress, so he could just be wanting to get her number, just so he has it.
No, that's not it.
Yeah.
I think this guy's legit. He's a legit neighbor.
You never really know, though. And what's funny is all the sequels to this movie never continue any of the stories. It's just they're like their own self-contained story.
They're all just house movies.
Basically,
but this and the other one are the 1 and 2 are the best ones because the house actually,
it's the same house, and I think they are related slightly.
It's not the same house in the second one.
I think it is.
I don't think so.
And I think the kid is
because the setup outside is not even the same.
I think the kid is Roy Cobb's cousin or something. I want to say he's mentioned in it.
I don't think so.
Fucking, it's been a while since I've seen it. But then part 3 was a movie that wasn't even named House, and they released it as House 3 in some territories. And House 4 has Roger Cobb come back, but he's not the same character. He's like a different person.
He's the same guy, but he's like...
Is he still called Roger Cobb?
Yeah, it's the same guy, and he's with a different family.
He's got a different family. He doesn't mention the first family. And the way this movie is it's as if he's going to live happily ever after with this family.
See, I had it to where like I was going to write a book called House 1.5.
Oh yeah.
And it was going to be where his son after all that shit happened, he became a writer as well.
No, his son should be like a fucking demon. Like he should be tainted from the ghost realm.
His dad's dead, and he has to. He went crazy in the house like his aunt. So he's got to do the same thing. He's got to go to the house and like pack it up and shit, and fucking finds out that fucking the house was haunted the whole time.
How much time has passed since they moved there and the kid went missing? Because at the end, he gets the kid back and brings him out of the ghost realm, and he's still a kid. And that
guy knows exactly what's up. He's smoking a fucking bowl.
He's still a kid, and the wife is there, and it's just like, oh my god, we're all together, and it's like a happily ever after. At the same time, it's like, I would be like, what the fuck? That's not our son. That's a demon. Get him the fuck out of here. I wouldn't want him at our house.
Yeah, that should be the thing. They pull him out, and it's not really their son. It's one of the demons.
Why would you assume that it's really your son? Because he's in this realm that fucks with you. Maybe Roger.
But he's also locked up. But then again, they could fuck with you. So you never know. It's fucked up. It's more of a him fucking finally facing his demons and saving the day.
I would assume the kid's just fucking dead and they're just pretending to be the kid. Because why would he still be young? He stopped aging it's the ghost universe, so
how long has it
logic.
been? How long has it been?
I think they're vague about it.
It hasn't been that long.
It has to be like at least a year because they've already moved on and moved
kid
out.
Wouldn't be that much different looking.
But it kind of seems like a lot of times passed because he's like super into fucking doing this now. But we don't know. It's like a dream pretty much because you don't know exact specifics.
Exactly. So now we're back into the Vietnam War. Some of this I don't really care for. Like, I get it. It's part of it. It's okay. But I'd rather watch more scary shit happen in the house. You know what I'm saying?
Basically, he needs a backstory to what he's trying to solve, and he needs something to conquer, a fear. And basically, he was in the military, and fucking they got ambushed. He just looked
at the camera.
and this motherfucker, he asked him to kill him because he's not going to make it, and he can't do it, so he runs away to get help. And then the enemy finds him, and they drag him off. And while he's being dragged off, he's like, "I'll get you, Cobb. I'll get you." It's like,
yeah, he pretty much betrayed him. He wanted him to kill him.
Basically,
he wasn't even really that hurt.
By the time you get there, it's just like fucking. Oh, that would fuck you up, I guess. If that was the last time you saw something, but it's just like, I don't want to kill you. We couldn't survive this. For all we know, they're just going to take him off and jack him off. What if they wanted to torture him by jacking him off? And they want to torture him by making him come and then keep jacking him off. It's like, oh, stop. What? But he could be one of those guys that you can just keep coming.
Oh,
he
here
can
we
just
go.
keep
Now he's starting to
off.
freak out. He's like, fuck. He's like, it's about to get crazy.
I've been able to train myself to be one of those guys that keeps coming. Have you done that? Train yourself?
What the fuck are you talking about? That just came out of nowhere.
No, it didn't. I set it up before you fucking cut me off. Cut me off.
I'm watching the movie, baby.
Cut me off. It's weird. You get all up in there, you get all messy, and then you just keep going. You use your own mess as the lubricant.
Get all messy.
But it usually ends with them going, "Fucking, you're making a mess." Because it's all splatty. It's kind of gross. I'm getting a little too vulgar here. Fucking, but this is a scene where the fish wakes up. The fish does a wake up here. His eyes start moving. See, this is kind of like the scene from Evil Dead 2. With the fucking
so everything's starting to go crazy.
Or the deer. What was it? A moose head?
This is weird when he does that. He starts bashing it. And it starts crying.
Exactly. I wouldn't be able to do that. I'd feel bad. I can't listen to it sit up there being hurt. I would have to fuck it to death.
Yeah, here's some Evil Dead shit right here. Going out into the fucking, where all the guns are and shit. All the weapons. All these guns, no ammo. Grabs a flashlight.
It's like a
every horror character has to have a flashlight no matter what. That's the first thing you need to help you against anything that
in Silent Hill.
Fear. Anything in any kind of horror situation. Get a flashlight.
A flashlight.
That too. You might need that.
That'll help you.
Get one that has both on it.
Get a flashlight, and if you see something
it.
scary, just start fucking the flashlight.
Yep. Or make it fuck it. It might not be as scary.
Once they see you, they'll run away because that's awkward.
Yeah, this is definitely very Evil Dead.
His hand never gets possessed though, but he does cut off his demon wife's hand.
Demon hand.
A lot of great movies were just kind of built around Evil Dead 2. Fucking Idle Hands, House.
I love how those two just stood just perfect like that.
See, look, he's got to kill the fish. He put it out of his misery. That's just fucking old school singing bass.
That is some crazy shit. If like now the neighbor comes over and sees that he just put a bullet through the thing's head.
Exactly. Fuck Adrian, what's up, baby? In the chat, what are you guys doing for Halloween? Probably just watch movies,
like we always do.
We're definitely we're watching House right now. We're preparing. We can't show it on the stream, but fucking it'll be on the episode.
Yeah, baby. I got my hoodie on for my I'm dressing up as the Chosen One from Hellfest, baby.
Chosen One.
He's called the Chosen One.
I'm coming.
This mask is legit too. It's got the mesh, the little black in the eyes, so you can see through them, but it's dark, so you can't see.
The mesh,
black.
Creme do not mesh.
So they went all out on this. This is a Tots mask.
Oh,
it's legit.
I was gonna mention too. I'm basically the older Cam Gang episodes we did before we were adding the sections from the movie in. I'm revamping those episodes for whenever we put them up, and I'm revamping all the exclusive Patreon only episodes because we're gonna have them on our Substack now, so you can get all that shit. And,
hell yeah!
We did the SpongeBob SquarePants movie commentary. We did one of my favorite movies of all time, Detroit Rock City. I'm excited to I love this. This character.
This is
awesome.
one of the best. This is one of the best scenes in the movie.
I gotta say, I would still fuck her.
Probably. If I woke up and she was on me, what the hell?
Look at that. Look at those.
Finish
lips.
off real quick. But yeah, she's terrifying. This part terrified me.
A chick with teeth that sharp could just at any moment decide to snip your dick off while she's sucking it, and that makes it so much sexier.
So really, you just don't know what the fuck's going on anymore because it's just all bleeding through.
But if you watch, every time I watch this movie, I notice that there's a weird cut, like they cut out some gore there. Like originally they needed, like this was an unrated, and they just cut it. Sometimes there's movies like that where they cut out gore shots really clumsily.
Suicide attempt because he's holding a gun.
They cut out gore shots really clumsily and fucking you just hear weird cues in the music change from shot to shot because the censored version of
is she the stepmom and step monster, or my mom's a monster or some shit? My stepmom's a monster.
No idea.
She looks like she's from another like movie or show. I can't.
Isn't she the mom in fucking
Yes, what is it?
Detroit Rock City?
No, Troll.
Neither Roxbury. She's not the mom in Troll.
She's not? Yes, she is.
None of those people were actors.
Huh?
None of those people were actually actors. They did nothing else. Except for the girl. She's the only one that still has a career. And she was the worst actor in the movie. But she's hot now. She's hot as fuck. Remember seeing her on that documentary they made, Best Worst Movie. Isn't it weird how like Troll 2 wasn't as big as The Room, even though it's a better bad movie than The Room? The Room is so fucking boring. Why wasn't fucking what's that dickhead's name from fucking Freaks and Geeks? Why wasn't he playing Michael Paul Stevenson in his movie? Or the director of that movie? He's playing Claudio Fagasso. Trying to make a movie.
Dude, that's where she's from. Dude, she's the girlfriend in Death Wish 4.
Death Wish 4. Oh yeah, isn't that your favorite?
Death Wish 3 and Death Wish 3 and 4 are my favorites. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Fudge.
4.
Citation. Basically, he killed that crazy demon lady, and then it turned into his wife. And every time I watch this movie, I think, oh, that's just a demon. That's not really his wife. But isn't that really his wife, or is it not? Did we find out at the end that was just really his wife?
No, it was the demon.
I was gonna say, because it's almost like you never really know.
I like how we have a Cat Williams and a William Katt.
Hell yeah. So this is basically Cat Williams is just Scout's William Katt. That's what it is. He's all weird and believes in all the weird, crazy shit. Gets punched by kids, knocked out, and was in Friday After Next.
He's still going, brother. He's 73 years old.
William Katt or Cat Stevens?
William Katt.
Not Cat Stevens. There's so many cats. Cat is a weird name. You're a weird cat. Sammy Davis. Is the stream looking okay, Adrian? Because it's saying that I'm in the red. But
it says after Roger Cobb is killed in a car accident in the 4th movie, his wife and young daughter move into an old house haunted by a Native American curse.
Is that the plot of the 4th movie?
Yeah.
He doesn't have a daughter. And the wife is a different person. Is the implication that he leaves these people after this? Like, usually trauma usually bonds people, but he was just like, oh, I don't like these guys anymore. This kid sucks. Maybe that's the ultimate joke. It's just like, yeah, we can't get the same actor, so let's just recast them, change their names, and pretend like nobody notices. And it'll be funny. What do you think of House 4? Because I've only seen it once, and I bought this box set just because I've never seen House 4. I knew I liked 1 and 2. I remember seeing 3 and thinking it was fine, and I'd never seen 4. And it's definitely the weakest in the series. I don't know if it's a terrible movie, but the only thing I remember about it is a scene where fucking Kane Hodder is there, and he plays a pizza. He literally plays a possessed pizza. Like fucking Roger Cobb orders a pizza from Pizza Hut, and because it's in the house, it can be possessed and become a demon or a ghost or whatever. And he just has a pizza face. That's all I remember. And I only remember that because I watched the making of. Because I didn't recognize it as Kane Hodder while I was watching the movie. I did notice his credit, though. And I remember before I ever saw that movie, hearing that there's a stunt that he does, because he does the stunt at the beginning of the movie, where Roger Cobb is in a car accident, or a car accident is involved, and he was the one driving the car or something. And I'm pretty sure that's the movie where he got all the burns at, like fucking, because he got really bad burnt on his body, and he wears like long sleeves and stuff, so you can't see it. And apparently, I've heard that's the movie that happened on. And he doesn't talk about it a lot, probably because he got a big settlement from it. It's hard telling though. That's fucking Kane. We should get Kane to be in the Kane gang. Raising Kane. We can make a movie called Raising Kane, starring Kane Hodder. And we'll write the plot after we get it greenlit and everything. We'll write the script while we're filming it, like they did with Men in Black 3, because that turned out wonderful. I noticed too, me and Mac, we had a full moon month where we watched only full moon movies for Halloween, and we did a couple of the Puppet Master movies. I still think we have some to do. I don't think we've done like the better ones. We wanted to get the shitty ones out of the way, pretty much. Like we did Curse of Puppet Master, and we did fucking. I mean, all of them are kind of bad movies, but fucking they're fun. They're fun movies. Puppet Master 1 and 2. I think 2's the craziest and most insane type of shit. But it's got the chick that used to sell t-shirts. Fucking what's her name? The chick from the end of the video zone. That was the great thing about full moon movies is if you watch the movie, it sucked because you could only rent, 1 or 2 movies, and you had, that was what you did for the weekend, and fucking you could watch the movie. If the movie's boring, you just fast forward to the end. You watch the video zone because those are always interesting. Those are always entertaining. It's funner to see how they made the movie, and sometimes you'll watch the making of it, you'll be like, oh, maybe I do want to finish this movie. It looks like it might get better. But yeah, fucking he's still fucking around with his the demon mom who has a crazy squeaky voice. I don't know if you could hear that in the background. But like yeah, we were thinking like we didn't get to do a big Halloween jamboree like we usually do. And it would have been nice to pick like albums to do too for like Halloween, favorite spooky albums. Fucking I guess we could do that for a live stream or something. If we get to do one more movie before Halloween and I get to pick the movie, I'd like to do The Craft. That'd be a good one. Because I got that Blu-ray. I've been excited to watch it. Scream Factory Blu-ray. I don't even think I opened it yet. But yeah, he finally did his demon wife. And now he's bagging up all the pieces. Because you gotta dismember them. It's kind of like Return of the Living Dead logic. And it's playing a jive song. Hopefully we don't get copyright claim for that jive song playing. Turn it down a little bit. But like, yeah, he's burying the parts of the body in his backyard. And the hot neighbor comes over, sees him burying it. And yeah, this movie, there's a bunch of great scenes like that where later on when he's babysitting, because like yeah, it sets up the joke because the hot chick is like, oh yeah, we gotta play sometime, we gotta play, if you know what I mean. It's like, oh, they're gonna fuck. So then like when she shows up, oh yeah, well, you ready to play? Yeah, I brought my son, can you watch him? I'm going out on a date. It's like, fuck, but he does it anyway because he's a nice guy. But is it because he's a nice guy? Is it really because he's a nice guy? Or is it because his dad was an asshole to him and he's just too fucking embarrassed to say no to people? He thinks if he says no, people will be like fucking, people will hate him. You know what I mean? They'll be like, oh, he's not dependable. He's not a friend. Shit like that. Because you never know. You never know when you see people that are nice guys. But yeah, she's Big Stacy. When you watch the video, you'll be able to see scenes of the movie. But she's a big fucking Stacy. Like, I'm not just saying this. Like, she's the most Stacy chick that's been in this movie so far. And she just comes over to his house just like that. She's in a bikini, and seems to proposition the idea of having sex. Like, when does this happen? It's too good to be true, right? It is. Because she just wants him to watch and babysit her son.
Rewind that shit.
That's how a good person does that shit. They make you think they're gonna fuck you. But then you gotta watch
Bro,
them.
I had to fucking immediately go and take a shit.
Really?
Oh, my fucking stomach.
What's wrong with your
me.
bowels?
Well, I had some moonshine last night, or
Oh,
when
yeah.
I got home, and some Fireball green apple.
Hell yeah. Yeah, well, that's what we got. We were gonna do a stream because I went.
Can we
and visited.
go back a little bit?
We got some of that. No. No. All you missed
Shit.
was him killing and burying of the pieces. Of,
All right, yeah.
And
Classic. All those holes, like, no one would know. Like, what are all these holes for?
exactly.
Especially the neighbor. You think that his neighbor would come over there too, nosy. I would be like, okay, I got a nosy neighbor. I'm going to have to be more careful with this shit. He's being sloppy as fuck.
Isn't it fucking awesome though that the hottest chick in the movie just like came over in a bikini and said like, "Hey, you want to fuck tonight?" Pretty much.
And what she meant was, "You want to watch my kid?"
Exactly. That's what most people mean when they say fuck. She didn't say we're gonna fuck. She said we're gonna have some fun, and she meant you're gonna have fun watching my kid because my kid is he's just a ball of energy, and he's a little shit. I would have killed this kid. I was hoping the kid died. Every time I watch it, I kind of hope the kid dies. He's got a mullet. So you just instinctively want him to die, and it doesn't happen. You want a fucking a boulder from the sky that is actually a big clump of shit to fall on his fucking head and just kill him, so that it'll be like, have we ever done Joe Dirt? Have we ever done Joe Dirt? We should. Joe Dirt's not a bad movie. I watched Joe Dirt in the theater, and I remember thinking it was fine. Like it was a 5 out of 10, 6 out of 10, something like that. And then
I remember when I first watched it, and I was like, I don't think I like this. I don't like movies where they narrate about their life. But then I was like, why am I like that? What kind of problems do I have to not be able to like
this? This is such a weird, like, oh, I don't like that narrative choice.
All right, I didn't like that he was telling a story, but now I love it. You know what I'm saying? It's funny as fuck. But as a kid, I was like, I don't want that. I want it to be happening now.
I like movies like that because then it can become even more absurd, and it can be part of the joke that the narrator is unreliable and you can't take what he says seriously.
There you go. Now you should just make all your movies just narration.
See, she is fucking hot AF. Hot AF. That fucking hair. I dig the 80s hair.
I do too. It fucks.
It fucks. That kid's hair is fucking garbage.
Nah, they needed to spray it down more. They didn't give a fuck. It makes sense. A kid fucks up his hair all the time. Yeah, it was perfect.
He's got a mullet. That was an adult fucked his hair up. Adult did that.
They literally just cut it too.
They put headphones on him and then cut around the headphones.
Yeah, because that's why the static's all on his hair still.
She kind of reminds me of Marilyn.
Before I bury that hand, I would take the ring off and sell it. Like I got all these demons that I rob. Sure. I rob demons. What's your career? What do you do? I rob demons. I take their gold and their jewelry. Exactly. What the fuck do you mean? Yeah, fucking I bring demons to the real world, and if they have anything, I steal it.
Exactly. He's really just talking about poor people.
This is kind of strange. If someone was taking my kid into other rooms and not letting me know what was going on, I would kind of.
She's ready to leave her kid with him. She doesn't give a fuck. I would be too, because it's time to get rid of this fucking kid. I want to go out. That ring looks like it came from Elden Ring or Dark Souls or some shit. That hand is like 8 times bigger than it seemed to be when it was on the person. It was on
that too. And then how the fuck did it get down the toilet that easy?
Did it flip him off as it was going down?
I think so.
It should have if it didn't. She reminds me of Caroline Monroe, fucking from Slaughter High with blonde hair. Big Stacy.
She looks like she came off of Shears.
Came off of Sears catalog? You said Shears.
Shears.
What's Shears?
Cheers. Sorry, I don't know why I said Shears. Cheers.
That's the Halloween episode of Cheers.
Yeah, Shears.
Everybody's dressed up in their Halloween costumes at the bar.
Shears. Oh, he's got a fucking wasp band.
Is that a Stretch Armstrong? Should have been. But yeah, the kid. This is actually
this is the guy she was with.
This is actually some of the most memorable scenes in the movie is with the kid for some reason, because the weird monsters that come out and fuck with the kid are creepy, and one of them had to have been played by like Warwick Davis or Phil Fondacaro. So this movie's an instant classic. I choose
Robert.
To believe that,
my name's Roger. Roger.
I choose to believe that it's Phil Fondacaro and Warwick Davis.
Why are the R names so weird? Roger, Robert, Randy,
Roy,
Ronald, Roy D. Mercer.
Roy D. Mercer.
This is Roy D. Mercer.
This is Froy D. Mercer.
This is Roy D. Mercer. We got your dog here. We neutered it. Didn't you want it? What do you mean? What do you mean you neutered him? Yeah, you wanted him neutered, right?
No.
No, he was supposed to just get a haircut or something. What do you mean?
See, what's he doing now? Is he trying to change his diaper? He gives this kid a bath. She didn't tell him to give a bath. I would assume he's already had a bath. I wouldn't want to see this fucking kid naked.
He probably thinks of him as his own son, so he's going to take care of him like he should. You know what I'm saying?
He doesn't seem to know the fucking lady. How does he think of his own son?
I know, it's kind of weird, but back in the day, that it wasn't weird.
He starved for a kid.
People make it weird. People make it weird. It wasn't weird in the day.
He starved for a kid because his kid's missing. So
that's kind of like in Ghostbusters
the
2.
Fatherly instinct. The fatherly instinct takes over.
Right, exactly.
But now,
and nowadays people freak out over it.
For all she knows, he killed his son because they never found him. So she's stupid. She's literally.
Yeah, you would think people would know about that situation there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it would be a thing, and you would think that they'd be like, well, they probably didn't think that he killed. Well, they might.
They definitely don't believe that a fucking ghost took their son.
Because like. Yeah, right?
What if this is a world where they do believe it?
So he's like losing it. So they're like, oh, this guy probably offed his kid.
Maybe this takes place in a world where they do believe stories like that. Well, the ghost took my kid. Like if you ever get rid of your kid, bury him in your backyard, just like, oh, the ghost took him. They're just like, fine, we get it.
Yeah, what are all these holes? The ghost took him. Oh, yeah, he's absolutely
The ghost dug those holes, too. He came out of them.
Oh, he got gutted.
That's how he manifested. The ghost did. The ghost got gutted. He's recalling the story, and it's bringing pain to him.
Fucking him up.
Exactly. He's got to tell everybody that, like, this guy told me he would get me if I let him die.
And he stole my kid.
Does he know that he stole his kid?
So he's pretty much turning this into a horror because he's going to talk about the house too in the book.
So does he?
He's going to talk about how the house fucked with him.
Is that why he wanted to go back to the house? Because he guessed that that's where his kid is? Like, that motherfucker took him. He told me he was going to get me back. That's such a creepy shot.
Look at this. Yeah.
It's just like, it looked like he was
especially
falling.
when they're right there at the chimney and they shoot up.
Did you notice though? The way they filmed that was so cool that we see very little, but we got exactly. They looked like his mom. He was going towards his mom. We see this door shut, and it looks like his mom and her are in the room. And then it opens back up, and it's a weird fucking kid with a creepy face looking back. And it's like, oh,
this is some funny shit.
Half
of the movie should have just been him trying to get this kid back.
That shot right there where it was all color corrected, weird. I always wonder, why is that there?
You know what's funny is they recut his hair here because his hair is different.
It looked like he had a wig on, and that was reshoots.
It did. It looked like his hair, his bangs were like higher up.
But that shot was completely unneeded. Like, we need one more shot.
They could have turned this into like this kid is at the house for the rest of the night, and he has to keep saving the kid, and then he gets taken, and then he goes and saves him instead of his son. So he actually saves someone. You know what I'm saying? They could have went that way too.
He leaves his own son back and saves this kid.
Right.
He's like, fuck you, son. I like him now. Or maybe like he could have entered them into kid fights. Like cockfight, like illegal kid fights, and they're running after each other with knives and shit. Brawling. We should open up a fight club for kids. For like kids like 9 and under.
Hell yeah, he's gonna get mad pussy for that. She's like, I went out and did some things. You know what? I didn't even go out and date someone. I went out because I had to do some work shit. You watching my son? I'm fucking you later tonight.
No, she went out and dated somebody. She
probably did. She probably did.
But she pretended like it was Roger Cobb, I hope. I bet. So now finally the kid's gone. And then this motherfucker shows up. It's like I can't get a second to myself.
He's like, all right, you know what, motherfucker? Bring me this. You called the cops on me, you bitch. But guess what? Hey, you're going to do something for me. Since you wanted to call the cops.
You're going to sit down
You think I'm
here.
crazy?
I'm going to tie you up. You're going to sit down. I'm going to let the monster come out and fuck you, and I'm going to film it. I'm going to sell it to Pornhub.
Down more. Now I can't even hear it at all.
I'm going to sell it to Pornhub. Oh, yeah, we can talk about that. Fucking, I don't even live in Indiana, and the conservatives in Indiana don't want me watching Pornhub. I wonder if
oh yeah.
I wonder if we share some.
Why do you use that anyway? That's the most basic one ever.
I wonder. Well, you have to say that, Matt, because you can't use it anymore. I still like.
No, I don't say that because I never used it.
I still like the Pornhubs.
I never used it at all. It was stupid.
That was the one our boy Philip told us about. And we were like, oh yeah, it's awesome.
No, he told us about Mammoth Tube.
No, he told us about Pornhub.
No, you want to talk to him again? I can make a group. Talked about Mammoth Tube, and then it went from Mammoth Tube, and that got canceled, or that got shut down, and they made a new one called fuq.com. That's what I've used for the fucking 3+5 years. I've never used YouPorn.
I prefer Pornhub because they make sure it's good quality.
You get the most basic ass porns from them. You're basic as fuck when it comes to porn, boy. Go to rat. Hey, type in R.
You realize if the law goes through, you'll not be able to go to those either, right? Unless you show your.
I'm going to them.
No, I'm saying if the law goes through, you should probably call and say, "Hey, why the fuck are you thinking about this?" You could do that, or show up to vote.
But anyway, you should go to ratxxx.com. It is amazing. I just found that one not long ago.
But that's what I said. I was like, why are they trying to control my body? They think I'm a fucking woman?
Why are they doing full circle? Next,
they
we're
think
gonna have
I'm a
internet,
fucking woman?
For real though, are they going to go back to dial-up again? Like, what's happening with the internet? You know what I'm saying?
We got to worry about the children, man.
You're over here worried about porn.
We got to worry about the children that we give them access to with the internet, with their phones.
So why are you getting mad about it? He just went full circle.
Because it's affecting me, and I don't even live in Indiana.
He just went from being mad about Pornhub, and now he's like, "Well, we got to protect children."
No, I'm making fun of what they're saying. The reason they're doing it.
You trolled me. You were good at it.
That's not trolling. That's me mocking them.
You trolled me into thinking you were serious.
That's what they always say. Think of the children. Remember, they've been making fun of it forever.
You played joke on us.
But I'm wondering if we share some of the same internet infrastructure, because although I don't live in Indiana, I could be there in 20 minutes. So like some of the infrastructure, like, oh, we're not going to do it because it's actually not affecting me on whenever I'm home.
This motherfucker finally realizes that he was telling the truth the whole fucking time.
He doesn't. He just hired that guy. So. He hired some effects artist to do that.
He's like, dude, this guy's legit off his rails.
Fuck, he got Rick Baker. He's got all those Hollywood contacts. He got Rick Baker to come down and fucking do that.
I like how he's going the wrong way with that shit.
Exactly. And then he just falls asleep. Huh.
Well, they're drunk too. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think he thinks that he's fucking zoinked out of his mind? Like, oh, dude, I huffed all that fucking ether and I thought I saw a monster do that. I'm just going to fall asleep. He'll be fine.
I want to know where the monster went. That's terrifying, not knowing.
Exactly.
Like, you just took me all the way to Vietnam? What the fuck?
I think it dragged him into the same world from Troll that they dragged Elaine from Seinfeld. And she starts jiving around.
It's all connected. It's all connected.
She becomes one with the plants. See, if you brought up fucking Troll to the lady that played Elaine, I bet she'll be like, I don't remember doing that movie. I didn't do that movie. Because they never want to remember the horror movies, the horror films. And fucking Sonny Bono was in that film.
Here's the scene where he wants us to kill him, and he's like, fuck you.
That'd be funny if instead of killing him, he cut his dick off.
He kind of looks like Tom DeLonge for some reason. He keeps reminding me of Tom DeLonge.
Who? Cobb?
No, the other guy.
Because that weird face he's making? That's like when Tom goes, time.
He has features. He has features of Tom DeLonge.
Time. Kill me.
They just have, like, time. Look at the spit going all over their faces.
We should do a remake of this movie and cast Tom DeLonge so that he can say, kill me one more time.
Look at him.
He's calming.
His nostrils are all huge and shit. It's cum-inducing.
Imagine having to be the actor making that face with the camera looking
I would
at
rather be... Dude, he could kill all of them right now, bro.
I'll get you for this.
Do you realize that? Do you realize that? He could kill all of them right now.
Who could?
Oh, where's his gun? Did he
he
drop
doesn't
it?
have
What
one.
a fucking loser.
He just said that without him having one?
Oh, yeah, he doesn't have it because he got into the dream.
Oh, he could have
Dude,
just choked them with his bare hands.
He could have. He could have taken them all out.
If he does it fast enough,
How do they not all see this door?
How'd they not see that big stage light sitting there?
Look, do they not see the door right there?
Oh, that's the door. Yeah. I thought it was a stage light. He's got New Balances on.
Hell yeah.
He's not going to fucking fall over. There's like...
Already did.
There's like...
He already did. Look at him.
See, you know it's not because of his shoes because they have New Balances in there. That shit balances you more than normal shoes. Basically, those shoes make you stand up without even trying.
Look at him. He's fucking drinking the Jim Beam.
He just falls asleep again. That's funny, though, that he just fell asleep in the house with the demon world. I probably would have went home.
No, dude, you wouldn't have. You would have been. I would have been
jacking off.
I would have been looking for my boy. I would have went in.
I wouldn't have. He sucked.
The funny thing is if he would have passed out like that, you think the demons would have. Oh, he had the thing, so he's probably swinging him off.
He's probably stroking him off. Maybe that's why the kid. Maybe that's why the kid hasn't aged because.
Why didn't they take that guy?
It didn't seem like he was in the demon world a long time, but he had fallen asleep and shit. So hours might have passed. It might be like 2 a.m. now. Might be like 5 a.m.
It's probably like 5. 6
so maybe that's why the kid doesn't age as normal. To the kid, he's only been there for like 5 minutes since he got taken. He looks like Minkus there from Boy Meets World.
He does. Oh, he looks like fucking one of the Lawrence brothers.
Oh yeah. So we're entering the last act of the movie now. He's like, fucking, I'm breaking in. Mirror? I'm going into the fucking ghost realm. And I'm gonna fucking chill with Elaine from Seinfeld. Oh. So
she was right. The house is fucked.
When they shot this, it was just a green screen. Do you think
the house runs on cum?
Hopefully.
Do you think like at the bottom it's just like kind of like the river in GB2?
The river
that runs on anger. It's the river that runs on cum. So everything's just.
I heard they had to pump the cum out of her stomach.
He jumps through it and dies. This is where he commits suicide.
Pump the cum.
There's that demon. We got our own fucking Cthulhu.
I want to re-edit scenes from... Do you think
this is kind of like H.P. Lovecraft style?
I want to re-edit scenes from Spy Kids and put the kid from Spy Kids and insert that scene from Halloween where he says, pump the cum. He's just saying that in random scenes in Spy Kids.
Out of her stomach.
We can use deepfake to make him look de-aged.
Damn, look at all these demons.
All of his demons are after him and pulling him.
You got an alien one, xenomorph.
You get the shaver. You got to get the razor blade and cut him. And cut him with the razor.
After he's done, it's his boy trying to help him out of the mirror, and he sliced them all up.
They should have done a gag where when the hands come in, they're all furry, and then after he shaves them, then you see the scalies underneath. After he shaves them.
I just want to know why he'd be in there from the swimming pool. I want to know where the portal is in the swimming pool.
Fucking, it's all over the place. This is the one he knows about.
He seriously wrapped that around the toilet, like the toilet wouldn't pop up. Dude, toilets can't hold people, for real. He would have knocked that thing right out.
You sat on the toilet.
But pulling on the bottom like that thing's gonna, especially that long of a distance, that thing's coming up.
You ever stood on the toilet to hang a light or something?
Yeah, it's shady as fuck. Remember that one time our boy stood on the toilet and sliced his fucking calf?
Exactly. Stand on a toilet seat and slice my calf. That's why
I got terrified. I got terrified to shit
Who
for
was
the longest
that?
time. I'm not naming people, remember? It was B Pitt. Remember B Pitt?
B Pitt.
That's all you need. Goosebumps. You had all the Goosebumps books.
See, we're like fucking Kendrick Lamar in that track where he censors out when he mentions, he name drops a kid who got shot or who shot somebody, and he had to censor it out so that they didn't kill him. We're like that. Doing that shit. Yeah. We're hard. Fucking but yeah, Roger Cobb is he's repelling into the spirit realm.
Oh shit, that's some Evil Dead shit right there too. That's Army of Darkness shit.
This is where Bill and Ted were falling forever when they were going to hell.
Yeah. This is where they meet death.
Whoa.
That music is fucking amazing. Do you hear it?
That's the same thing that flies at Ash and
No
Bertha.
guns in the demon world. You have to give it to me.
They took it from him. Handicap.
I still got my flashlight. What's up? That's all I need.
What if the Hind D came and started shooting at him?
A Hind D.
He has to start fucking repelling faster. It's so funny because I forget that part's even in Metal Gear Solid. Every time it happens, it's like, oh yeah. This little part that's just kind of like a little sequence.
A little sub-boss.
That changes the way the controls work and shit. But yeah, the ghost realm looks fucking boring, man.
It does.
This place looks
boring.
boring.
I would not want to be in that water, that's for sure.
It's just a big black void.
I'm coming, I'm putting you down. You're alright.
Yeah, he goes under the water. This is just like fucking what's the movie with fucking?
This is that scene from Weird from Hanson.
This is that movie Under the Skin.
Weird.
Under the Skin with fucking what's her name? Fucking
no, it's when
Scarlett
the place
Johansson.
gets filled with water and they gotta swim through the train.
No, it's the movie with Scarlett Johansson where she shows her tits. She shows her
American
tits
Beauty?
in it. No, Under the Skin. And she
Did I just fart?
She seduces a guy with like a crazy like fucking birth defect face. Got a crazy birth defect face. And a big dick. It's got a big dick. And it shows the hard dicks, which I thought was against the rules. I thought you could show a penis, but not a hard penis. Then it's rated X. But that movie shows a hard penis. And it's still rated R. See, they just had the kid in the cage the whole time, despite all of his rage. That kid looks like a different kid when he's got dirt on his face. Doesn't he?
Hmm?
Doesn't this kid look like a completely different kid? Like they just didn't have the same kid? And he's just got a big fucking boner. Max, stop checking your phone and watch the movie.
I'm not. I was talking to my mom.
That's what I mean when I say stop
phone.
checking your phone.
No, I was taking a picture of my house shirt.
Hell yeah. See, now the kid looks normal. Did they just put...
Yeah, he doesn't have any mullets or anything.
They didn't have the same kid, so they just put dirt on his face, pretending like it was a different kid, I think.
That's the same kid.
It's a different kid. Don't lie, Mac. You weren't even watching.
So, like, he's going to take his kid, and everyone's going to be like, what happened to him? And then him and his kid are going to be like, hey, I was in a different place. What do you say? What do you tell people? You know what I'm saying?
That he killed his kid, and now he cloned him so that it would trick us. Because we live in a world where... We live in a world where conspiracies are always true.
He opens the door and the cops shoot him and he's dead.
I really like the look of the monster fucking guy. And I like how on the Blu-ray you can see the guy underneath when he opens his mouth, just like the Ninja Turtles.
Oh, you still can in this too. I can see his teeth.
This is the Blu-ray, yeah. I never noticed it until I watched the Blu-ray. But the suit is cool. Who did the effects of this movie? Was this fucking, what's his name? That directed fucking Friday 13th Part 7? I think it was. John Carl Buechler.
Oh, John, I think it might have been, yeah. Actually, no, I don't think it is.
See, he's wearing blackface.
I don't think Buechler's in this movie.
Buechler.
Is he?
He's not in the movie.
Well, I know, like the effects and shit. I don't think he did the effects.
I just said I don't know, and I asked if that's who it was, and you said maybe. I don't know. I don't think so, though. Isn't it? It's like, why are you asking me? I just asked you. Roger. I'm as jolly as a Roger. See all
Kane Hodder's in this movie? What the fuck?
Kane Hodder.
Kane Hodder was used in this movie.
He's in the fourth movie, too, and that's where he got those burns. He's the pizza face in the fourth movie. I think Kane Hodder is him. Is
No, it's not him.
I think it is. That's the
No,
only thing.
Skeleton Big Ben is Kurt Wilmot.
Is that the guy that played him when he was alive?
It's just showing. It says Skeleton Big Ben. Skeleton Big Ben. So
Big
the skeleton Big Ben. Skeleton Big Ben. Not Big Ben. Skeleton Big Ben.
Is that the guy that played him
Kurt
when he's
Wilmot.
alive? Is it just the guy who is the normal actor playing him? That's what I just asked.
No.
Look at that
Because
fucking
Big
shot.
Ben is Richard Moll.
Hell yeah. Big Ben is fucking in Child's Problem Child.
Come to Big Ben's. Come on down to Big Ben's.
Hell yeah. That house is pretty sick. I would live in that house. Why is nobody
Very Amityville.
Why is nobody taking pictures of that house like it's the Amityville house?
That's what I'm saying. It's amazing. It's got all kinds of fucking cool ass windows, mirrors above doors. What the fuck?
Oh yeah. Curly headed fucks inside of them. I bet Roger Copp's dick is fucking at least 8 inches long.
It's probably as long as his V-neck.
Probably. He could probably titty fuck himself. Just get a boner and titty fuck himself.
Roger! See, this is very House 2. Where the boss is like the house boss. Goofy. House 2 vibes right here. This is like... Don't you think?
That makes... you're making this...
You got your cowboy, you got your Western cowboy.
You're making House 2
skeleton.
seem like the better movie. To me.
You got your House 2... What is this? What did I call him? You got your Western cowboy skeleton face.
Exactly. Fucking, what's his name in Metal Gear Solid 5? We'll just start calling him that. What if
face or something?
He gets ideas for movies. What if he just got that from House 2? Western dude skeleton face. That is the guy, the bad guy in the new game. You'll see Volgan at least once. The animatronics in his face. Fucking, I love it. I like the effects for this guy. I kind of wish I had a friend that looked like this in real life. He just looks like Eddie from fucking the cover of fucking Life After Death. Is that what that album was called? I don't even remember. What was the album that shows him in the war?
Who?
Eddie!
You could join
in
the
the war?
conversation.
Is that the one with the trooper on it and shit?
No, it's a newer album. It's like 2007, 2010. Here's where he starts jacking off because he knows he's
he
gonna
pulls
die.
out his cock.
Wraps the belt around his neck and starts choking himself. And that's when you realize it goes full circle, and you realize that's what happens to the grandma.
His name's Skullface
Skullface.
in Metal Gear Solid. So the Skullface, pretty much Western cowboy Skullface. What's up, Western cowboy with a
Skeleton face.
with a skeleton face?
Cowboy Way. We should do a deep fake version of Cowboy Way that's all just Skullface as the two main characters. Skullface talking to Skullface.
We'll have Western face talking to Skullface.
Or we can deep fake one of them to look like a bull, and the other one will be Bullface. Skullface talking to
Or
Bullface.
Butterhead.
Okay.
Jimmy John? Little Jim? Big Jim? Oh, speaking of, guess what's coming back, baby?
What?
Fucking the Wayans brothers are coming back to the scary movies.
Hell yeah.
After fucking 20 years, almost 20 years, baby. They're coming back. He just made the announcement, Marlon Wayans. Fuck yeah.
Are they just going to be in it, or are they making it?
They're probably
writing it
gonna
and
do
shit.
them. They're probably gonna do them. Fucking A right, baby. He just sliced his hand off. So then we know, okay, so maybe the demons can't really hurt. But look at that gash on his arm, bro. That's fucking hardcore. Or his arm, his hand.
This is when they can't hurt him anymore, because now he's not afraid. He realizes that it's all just fucking. It's reading his mind, taking all of his deepest fears, the shit that he regrets. Fucking his friend that he let die.
Here, I'll let you die. No, Roger, no.
What do you
I'll
say?
get you for this. Damn. This kind of reminds me of that Class of, where they fucking blow up that robot at the end.
And now she shows up.
And now he shows up.
and they see the kid, and they're just like, she's like, what?
They're all like, what the fuck? All of them.
This is the last scene in the movie, and it cuts away before, but the first thing she said once the credits start rolling is, put that fucking thing back where you found it.
Yeah, right?
That's
It
not
just
our
turns
son.
into a demon. That guy's like, what the fuck, as he drives off?
This can't be our son. They corrupted him. I refuse to believe. This is like Pet Cemetery logic, ain't it?
This is gonna be trivia. What was the taxi cab number at the end of House 1? When the mom is introduced to the son for the first time in over a
Look
year.
at that face.
401.
See, they love each other
They do.
again.
They all look alike. So they did good on the kid.
And then he was like,
Look at that cheesy devil face.
and then he told her that he wants a divorce
Yep.
and got a new family.
See, Big Ben, and then you'll have Skeleton Big Ben. We can see where Kane is right here, actually. We got Jason Kane. Which
Kane.
one you want? Cheesy Stud? Jason Kane? That sounds so funny.
Came harder.
Where is he? Came harder. There it is. Skeleton Big Ben. Kurt Wilmot. Same motherfucker.
He did stunts. Came harder.
So he probably did all the. He probably is the one that got thrown into the rocks.
So he probably
Big Ben that got thrown into the rocks.
he might have been playing him then.
Yeah,
I
probably.
don't know why you wouldn't just get a stuntman to play that character
stuntman.
altogether, unless it was one of the stuntmen. But yeah, we did it. We watched fucking House.
Hell yeah! Now we gotta watch House 4 to tie it in.
Why doesn't this box set have the fucking Japanese house? House Suo. That's a weird fucking movie.
Yeah, I always got them mixed up. The one with the cat on the front or some shit.
Oh yeah. Anime
I'm always
film.
like, which house is it? And I'd click on it. This isn't it. What is this?
Fucking our boy Adrian wants to know if your poop was a solid poop or a watery poop.
It was watery, of course, because my shit. So I took some moonshine. I took a shot of that and 2 shots of Fireball Green Apple, which is amazing, by the way.
We got that Fireball Green Apple last time I was there. Fucking it's not bad.
And we ended up drinking it and didn't even record anything.
We didn't record anything.
We just chilled the whole time.
Exactly. We didn't have anything prepared to do. We couldn't think
Honestly,
of
we did, but then when we were to go to some of the we didn't have that shit that we needed for it
Exactly.
ready to go. So yeah, you're right.
Fucking this is the
But
first
we're getting there. We're getting there, baby.
the first time we ever used the fucking OBS to record an episode. Hopefully I said all of it right. I fucking it looks good. We should be in 1080p now.
Oh hell yeah!
All that shit. So
All that shit.
but yeah, we can end this episode whenever you're ready, baby. Or we if we don't get to do another Halloween stream, we gotta make sure we say Happy Halloweens.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be the chosen one, the fucking chosen one, Zach. What are you gonna be for Halloween, baby?
Fuck, and I'm gonna be Zach. I'm just gonna be
Hell
some dude.
yeah.
I'm just gonna be a guy.
You should be transparent, Zach.
I'm gonna
You can
inject.
be transgender.
Exactly. Trans Zach. I'm gonna fucking get the sex change operation.
Oh.
I'm gonna look at myself naked, squeeze my titties, and play with my pussy.
I went to the indie screen park.
Oh yeah. Should I do the thing where you get your you get rid of your ball, you keep your cock, but you get rid of your balls and make it a pussy, and then I could fuck myself maybe
Probably not.
with a flaccid dick.
Fucking happy Halloween, everyone. We hope you have a good fucking Halloween. Fucking
Do a big cum.
We got some other shit coming out too. I watched fucking. I still need to watch the rest of Long Legs finished because I fell asleep too on that. Not gonna lie, on and off.
Fucking, I want to do The Craft.
The Craft. We got The Craft coming up.
And we did decide.
I got a water bottle.
I don't know if we've completely decided, but like we were talking about doing Heavy Heavy Low Low.
Yep, we got Heavy Heavy Low Low for biography. Biography
For our fucking tier
for an
list
albumography tier lift. Tier lift.
Tier lift. That tier lift. The first Heavy Heavy Low Low song I ever heard was In Your Car, and it was fucking what was it called? Tragic Track Jacket. Is the
Hell
one
yeah.
So it goes, I am a burning building, bringing everyone inside to the ground.
It kind of reminds you of it was 1970. It was
He's very sassy. He got them screamo folks.
He's got them hips. He's got them hips that he puts his arms on.
Hell yeah. Very sassy.
Fucking does one of these. No. No. If you don't like, follow, and share, we'll come there and TP and egg your car and shit.
I thought you were going to say, if you don't like follow the leader, then fuck you.
Yeah, then fuck you. If you don't like follow the leader, if you don't like issues, fuck you. If you don't like unforgivable, if you don't like untouchable, fuck you. Zach, fuck you.
It's called Untouchable and it shows a bunch of kids on it. That's funny.
And they're all touching each other. Hell yeah.
Later, guys. Love you.
But yeah, love you guys. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for hanging in there with us.
We already said bye.
Fucking thanks. Yeah, we say bye a lot.
We need to stop that. We need to stop it. It's weird.
Just cut it.
Well, we all need someone we can came on. And if you want it, well, you can came on me. You just heard it. You just heard it.
You just butchered that whole thing, baby.
You just heard it.
Oh, I'm gonna be blitzed.